episode, so let's get into it. A man has confessed to killing a Montana camper who was initially reported to be the victim of a bear attack. Authorities said last Thursday, Dustin Gersum's bloody body had been found October 12th in a tent about 2.5 miles up Moose Creek Road, east of Big Sky. After a friend who went looking for him called 911, telling the dispatchers that Gersum appeared to have been attacked by a bear. Authorities said Thursday that Gersum's girlfriend, who was concerned after he did not show to pick her up, and found him dead. After the 911 call, investigators from several agencies, including a bear expert from the Montana Department of Fish and Wildlife and Parks, examined the site but did not find any signs of bear activity. An autopsy determined that the 35-year-old had suffered multiple chop wounds, according to the sheriff's office. Investigators initially said they did not know what weapon was used, but we do know it was something hard enough to cause significant damage to the skull, as well as some fleshy areas around the body. The sheriff's office later noted that several items, including a camp axe, a shotgun, a revolver, and a cooler had gone missing from the scene of the crime. He was brutally killed at this campsite, Gallatin County Sheriff Dan Springer said. After a nearly 3-week search, the sheriff's office says it has identified a suspect who is in custody on unrelated charges. During their investigation, authorities collected DNA from a beer can, of all things, left inside the victim's tent. Ultimately, they got a match and were able to arrest 41-year-old Darren Christopher Abbey, who confessed to killing Gersum, the sheriff told reporters.
This appears to be a heinous crime committed by an individual who had no regard for the life of Dustin Gersum.
On October 12th, 35-year-old Dustin Gersum was found viciously killed in his tent while camping near Big Sky, a murder that rattled the entire nation. Now, 3 weeks later, a press conference was held at the Gallatin County Detention Center, where Sheriff Dan Springer identified the murderer.
The sheriff's office is here to announce the arrest of Darren Christopher Abbey for the murder of Dustin Gersum.
41-year-old Darren Christopher Abbey currently lives in the Basin, Montana area and works in Big Sky for a construction business. Abbey was initially arrested in Butte for violating parole. He was later interviewed by detectives and confessed to the murder.
We're still not certain, and we're trying to determine whether Abbey has an attorney at this time. Abbey told investigators that he was in the area looking for a place to camp, and he had set his sights on where Gersum was staying, and he found the victim there, Springer said. The victim welcomed him into his elaborate